Ash Ketchum is the very best like no one ever was. Or is he? Because if you watch the Pokemon anime, you know there's been some fraudulent battles in his Pokemon career. So let's see if he can beat the ultimate Pokemon challenge, beating PokeRogue. If you don't know what it is, it's 200 floors of straight Pokemon battling. With that, let's make our team. Of course, we have to start with one of his most goated Pokemon from his Hoenn adventure, Trico. Next is the unsung hero Johto. We always hear about Bayleaf and Cyndaquil, but let's stop sleeping on Totodile. Next is one of his best Pokemon partners out there. Every Pokemon fan knows and loves this guy, and he's won many battles for Ash in the past. It's none other than Charmander. What, were you expecting someone else? Well, there is room for one more. It's P-Dove. We're getting P-Dove. With this powerhouse of a team, it's time to beat PokeRogue. Also, a quick reminder, since these are Ash's Pokemon, some of them have special plot armor like these new moves. These starting floors are nothing but light work for the team. Even our new rival here can't handle us. Get out of here, you sad little lizard, and off-brand P-Dove. With each victory, we get some items to choose from and progress onward. The boss floor ends up being a Zigzagoon that would scare no one except a certain Pokemon professor. With another set of floors down, Gym Leader Sharon challenges us, but his basic Bidoof level Pokemon are flattened without a second thought. Go back to the library, Bookworm. While grinding in the grassy field, Charmander evolves and our rival appears in the tall grass. Starting with Drizzle, P-Dove is instantly clapped. Dang it, P-Dove. Trico comes in where she cowardly switches away into her red Ninja Turtle. So Totodile has to come in, Dragon Dance it up, and keep chomping away with Bite. Drizzle pours cold water on us, ending our chomping fun. Trico returns, but again another coward switch into Staravia. Please stop doing that. Charmeleon comes out with some Dragon Dances of its own into a Blaze boosted Bitter Blade to roast this bird. With the Lizard Battle 1, Trico evolves and we give him Giga Drain. Suddenly a Combee guarding a Nugget appears. Now, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours. Oh, I see, you want to do it the hard way then. Now, this odd tree is blocking our path, and we left our squirt bottle at home. Guess it's time to chop it down with Secret Sword then. We run through more tall grass with Totodile evolving, and suddenly it starts raining. And I wonder if it has anything to do with these blue guys. Doesn't matter, he's light water work, and P-Dove evolves too. Unfortunately, the rain he's brought has made this battle so much harder since our firepower's weakened. Especially with this boss duo. First, we gang up on Pinsir. It may costed us our gator and our bird, but with it down, the fire grass lizard duo factory resets this possessed lawnmower. We venture through the forest where this rich boy offers us some items and loose cash for our precious grow vial, which Ash would never do. Away with you, rich stranger. We encounter a Noctowl, which is an Ash staple and a great addition to the team. Too bad Tranquil got jealous and fainted it. Despite that, we hit a couple final evolutions and run into Bug Boy Bugsy, who's a perfect candidate for Charizard to try out its newfound strength on. Nothing but light bug work here. Ooh, a Levani, another one of Ash's staple Pokemon that we can... Okay then, at least we're getting some more final evolutions. Our rival returns for another battle, but it's less of a battle and more of a one-side beating from our green lizard. We enter an ancient haunted temple full of ghost types and more aqua grunts. Luckily, they can't make it rain here, so we take them down with ease. The temple leads out to a vast desert with gym leader Gordy guarding the exit. However, our big Florigator easily sweeps his rock team with a Dragon Dance Aqua Tail sweep. We blast through the psychic ancient ruins into a nearby forest where our rival awaits for a rematch. She starts with her confident, non-angsty blue lizard, so we bring out our blue gator. But she coward switches into Tyranitar. This allows us to put up a Dragon Dance. Then her poor Electivire gets washed by a Torrent boosted Aqua Tail. She suddenly decides to counter with a Torrent boosted Hydro Pump, forcing Unfezant to come in, but she does another coward switch into Tyranitar. Luckily, we keep flinching it with Floaty Fall and beat it. Then we keep Floaty Falling through the rest of her team until her blue lizard returns with Hydro Pump. So our green lizard ends it with Apple Acid. Side note, I've noticed that our team's quite literally 3 colored lizards and a funny colored bird, which I thought thought was very hilarious. Now with the charring of this victory bell, we're halfway through our challenge so far. And to be honest, this Ash team here is doing super well. And if you agree, hit that like and subscribe because Ash's PokeRogue journey isn't over yet. Also, thank you everyone who voted for this video, and definitely stick around for more community polls in the future. The forest transforms into a jungle with Old Man Grass Jim Ramos challenging us at the exit. Little does this old man know we have a dragon dancing fire lizard with bitter blade, so his whole team gets destroyed. Go back home, you're too old to be out here in the middle of the jungle, old man. We find another haunted temple and run straight into a Gengar. We successfully catch it and got double lucky with a Dynamax band, so soon we'll have a G-Max Gengar. But for now, those Aqua Grunts start jumping us in drones until their admin Shelly appears, who was light work for our green lizard, but her boss Archie was a bit different. First, why are you using Lanoon? Where's the water type Pokemon? Next, why do you have Crobat? Where are the water type Pokemon? We bring in our blue Gator to swap this bat away, and then Tentacruel sludge waves us. Unfezed takes it down, then Relicanth comes out, so we switch into Sceptile, but you never guess what he brings out next. A Alolan Muck. Why is half of your team not even water type? You're the boss of Team Aqua, the water type team, right? Sceptile goes down with Gunk Shot, so Charizard comes in, but this ancient pain returns. Gengar Destiny bonds it, and Mega Sharpedo comes out to play. Charizard tanks a Surf, which is kind of crazy, taking half of its health with Dragon Claw, but gets washed by another Surf, so it's all up to Unfezed. Now, many people think Unfezed isn't the best bird Pokemon, outclassed by other birds like Staraptor, Swellow, Talonflame, but this one right here is a little bit different. We start out speeding and sweeping this man with nothing but Sky Attacks and Floaty Falls. With the run saved and us learning how much of a fraud Archie is, we're rewarded with Max Mushrooms, allowing us to get G-Max Gengar. Then we suddenly find a shiny one that I would love to catch. Well, with that, we exit this temple, returning back into the desert, finding another one of Ash's unsung Pokemon team members. Funny enough, it's another lizard, one with the most moxie in Unova, Crocodile. With that, we officially have a full team ready for any challenges we may face. After crushing Pheromosa along with a couple psychic trainers in the ancient ruins, Tate, with no Liza apparently, challenges us. And honestly, he should have challenged us with his other half, because Charizard simply Dragon Dance Bitter Blades his whole team. Next time, kid, bring your sister, so I can have an actual challenge. Back in the forest, our rival appears once more. The battle starts with a lot of switches until Crocodile faces Electa. Oh my goodness, another switch, but we saw this one coming. Staraptor falls to an Outrage, and then her Rayquaza descends. But Ash isn't a stranger to fighting legendary Pokemon. Outrage takes one bar of health, followed by Charizard's Dragon Claw taking another, while we tank her Outrage. She denies us the knockout by switching into Tyranitar, then it hits us with Payback, knocking us out. Our Gator comes in, and of course she switches to Electivire. But obviously we saw that coming, so we use that moment to Dragon Dance and slam it with Aqua Tail. Inteleon comes in to get crunched, but not only does it live, but it counters with Energy Ball. Sceptile gets roasted with Overheat, so Unfezed cools off this hot-headed turtle, along with Tyranitar Floaty Fall style. Inteleon snipes us with an Ice Beam, so G-Max Gengar, it's all up to you. After tanking Stab Hydro Pump, Gengar starts sweeping with Shadow Ball, but the Sandstorm from Tyranitar is chipping us down. With each Pokemon fainted is a closer step we are to fainting ourselves. Luckily, once Rayquaza falls, the Sandstorm ends, finishing this battle with one more Shadow Ball on this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle here. Now, you're probably thinking I would grab the Max Mushrooms for G-Max Charizard. Well, we didn't, mainly for strategy reasons that you'll see later, and totally not because I forgot G-Max Charizard was a thing. Oh look, a Mega Bracelet, now we can Mega Evolve Pokemon. Awesome. All that's left is Z Crystals, and we'll basically be like Ash from Pokemon Journeys. But of course, we have a challenge waiting. Team Aqua Boss Archie returns, and hopefully with more water types on his freaking team. He switches from Ludicolo into a non-water type Pokemon. What a surprise. We try to out-muscle it, but it doesn't work. Crocodile tries to handle things, but Ludicolo comes back with Hydro Pump. Unfezed tries to peck at it, but okay man, come on, act Light, you are the leader of a Pokemon water gang. What is this? Why are you bringing this out? Then the legendary Pokemon, the sea Kyogre, rises to freeze frost our bird. Sceptile scares it off with Apple Acid, actually knocking out Overquill. Mega Sharkpedo was destroyed along with Politoed, who lowered our speed with Icy Wind. So when Kyogre returns, we switch into Feraligatr, then start crunch spamming, knocking out that Ludicolo in the process until the legendary well Freezy frosts us again. That didn't matter since Sceptile finishes things up with the Apple Acid. We grab the TM Psychic for Gengar, and then the toughest gym leader in Pokemon Platinum comes out to play, Fantina. Only thing is, our ghost type is bigger than hers. Then also Feraligatr gets its chomps in as well. Again, we're back to these stupid runes. I mean, there's nothing in here. Never mind, forget everything I said. We have a Mega Sceptile now. We are officially 20 floors away from completing this challenge, but now things get interesting because Unova's best, most powerful trainers arrive. The Elite Four. Starting with Chantal and her ghosts that really don't know how to handle our funny colored bird and our larger than average Gengar. Next is Marshall's fighting types who couldn't hold a handle against Charizard's Bitter Blade or could stand a chance against Gengar's Psychic. Grimsley's Dark type were a bit tougher, taking out both Unfezant and Crocodile. Then I remember Mega Sceptile has Sacred Sword, so one nasty plot later and we sweep his gang of Dark type Pokemon. The final Elite Four member Catelyn appears, and poor Catelyn and her Psychic types, they were just an all-you-can-eat buffet for our Crocodile. Just crunching down on each one, this plus our Moxie boost really made this light work. But Unova's best and brightest and most powerful trainers aren't done just yet, giving us a somewhat recreation of one of the best iconic battles of Pokemon journeys. Champion Iris appears for battle. It's literally Ash versus Iris all over again. Side note, I would love if they made a side story on how she became champion post Ash's departure from Unova. But now is the time for battling. She starts with Druddigon to immediately get Mega Sceptile out of there. Unfezant standbys for battle, but she brings out the best fossil Pokemon ever, Archeops, who pelts us with rocks from Stone Edge. Feraligatr scares it off, allowing us to Dragon Dance up. After tanking Haxorus' stab outrage, we triple axle our way through Haxorus, Druddigon, and even a Terra Dragon Reshiram, just being stopped short of defeating G-Max Lapras. But man, did this skater put in some major work. Side note, I think Reshiram is a perfect match for Iris. Crocodile scares it off, but once we defeat Archeops and Terrifier Typhlosion, it too has to taste defeat, officially beating champion Iris. And man, this was my absolute favorite battle here so far. So go ahead and comment down what your favorite battle from this video was so far, because we're at the last 10 floors. These final floors are filled with mysterious Peridot Pokemon that we can't catch, so they're worthless. But like any good Pokemon story, our rival stands before us for one last battle. She starts with her blue lizard switching to Tyranitar. Crocodile comes out, and before we low sweep it, Mega Rayquaza comes in its stead. We switch it up to Outrage, taking half its health before we're blasted by Dragon Pulse. Feraligatr comes in for the revenge kill with triple axle. Electivire wants in, but Mega Sceptile interrupts, forcing a switch, leading to an Apple Acid taking down her Staraptor. Her red turtle Raphael faces our blue Gator, allowing us to Dragon Dance, then kinda screws Electivire as it comes into a Torrent boosted Aquatail. We try the same against Inteleon. We come just short, with it turning the tables with the Torrent boosted Hydro Pump. Then once again the switch games begin, with both of us trying to get an advantage against the other, until Mega Sceptile starts piercing through with Secret Sword, giving us the opening we need to finish off the rest of her team, until Inteleon is left standing thanks to its Focus Band. With it left standing, it can do almost any amount of damage here. Too bad her own Sandstorm screws her. You gotta love those weather mechanics of Pokemon, man. With her out the way, it's now time for the final battle against none other than the gigantic energy legendary Pokemon Eternus. We immediately switch into Mega Sceptile, mainly because Apple Acid can lower its special defense so that okay, that doesn't matter anymore. Our blue Croc starts dancing and it lets out another Turnitin, but we somehow live it and use that rest turn to Dragon Dance some more. Now it's triple axle time. Taking it to its last health bar, it's obvious we're gonna win, but of course, it would not be that simple. We throw Unfezant into the fray where it gets fried, but we add one more Dragon Dance in. G-Max Gengar comes comes in and we do a triple axle psychic combo, which does some pretty decent damage, but it heals some of that damage as well. G-Max's Gengar goes down to a flamethrower, but another triple axle brings it super low. Crocodile comes in, but Eternus gets tired of our blue gator and cross poisons it, while taking Crocodile's outrage. So obviously everyone's favorite Pokemon, Nintendo's favorite Pokemon, the Pokemon that's almost more iconic than Pikachu itself, the Pokemon with dang near the most forms ever in the Pokemon universe, the honored one, and the one and only Charizard swords into battle. Crocodile gets blasted by Dynamax Cannon, but that doesn't matter at all. Charizard is here with a swift Dragon Claw to end this thing. With that victory, we now can confidently say Ash Ketchum is truly the very best like no one ever was. Now click here to see the best champion ever take on the PokeRogue challenge. And honestly, I think she may have done even better than Ash did on this.